Well, about the same, Haley, because the snow continues to fall, the road crews just cannot keep up with it. The interstates are snow covered. There's just a blanket across the interstates. Well, we're still here on US 27. It's been a really emotional scene out here from all of the law enforcement. We've got debris that fell from the roof up here on this house right up here. I spoke with the homeowner. He said it was the scariest thing he had ever heard. Hey, good morning. Yeah, absolutely. You have to have shoes that either maybe have some spikes or you can kind of just, I guess, shimmy your way through the parking lots because the parking lots, driveways, they are just sheets of ice. Let me just show you real quick. We're actually standing at Harvey's here at New Circle Road, and they've done a really good job of plowing this parking lot. That's right. Well, this is all part of a 2-year widening project. We'll expand these 4 lanes to 6 in the heart of UK's campus, where this is actually a pretty busy area of campus if you're not familiar with it.
This morning, Shanisty.
Yeah, that's right, Chris. It happened just before 5 o'clock this morning. Lexington police tell me that 2 men walked into the Waffle House. One of them had a revolver, and they demanded cash. So here's a couple pieces of the car, and you can tell the rock wall is damaged. The homeowner here tells us that it's the sharp curve on Stamping Ground Road that's to blame for several dozen accidents. That's right, guys. Well, we're still here on US 27. It's been a really emotional scene out here from all of the law enforcement, police officers, and all of the crews out here at the scene of this fatal accident. I'm going to step out of the way so you can kind of see what's going on right now. Reconstruction crews are still out here. They're trying to piece it all together exactly what happened. We have learned, though, that the police officer who died here this morning was Nicholasville Police Officer Burke Rhodes. We're told that Officer Rhodes was a veteran of the Nicholasville Police Department. We're told that he has a wife, he has 3 children. We're told that the driver of this white car you can see in the middle of the road was turning onto US 27 from Rogers Road when she hit Officer Rhodes's police cruiser. Officer Rhodes's police cruiser then spun around into oncoming traffic and was hit by the black SUV. We are told that the fog was very heavy. Investigators aren't really saying yet if that was the exact cause of the accident, but we do know that Officer Rhodes was on his way from his home in Jessamine County to training in Richmond.
He was going to some training that would help him in his career, would help him to respond later on to emergency situations, and you know, we know he has a family. It's easy for us to put ourselves in his shoes, so it's difficult.
And as you can see, traffic is moving along really slowly here. Officials have opened both of the southbound lanes here on US 27 in both directions, so traffic is able to get through. We haven't really been given an exact timeline as to how long the reconstruction units will be out here. The road could be shut down for several more hours as they continue their investigation. But for now, we're live in Garrett County from the LEX 18 Mobile Newsroom. Back to you. The sister of one of the passengers was here at the crash scene this afternoon down in the ravine trying to find any of the belongings that could be salvageable after this fiery, fatal crash. Pamela Carter spoke with us about what her brother went through early this morning. She says Caleb Aldridge was riding in a vehicle with Chelsea Harnack and another girl when Harnack lost control. The vehicle veered off the road, rolled several times, hit some trees, and eventually crashed into this ravine. Moments later, it burst into flames.
They went towards the windshield, and he luckily got out and tried pulling her out. Took him a little bit, but he got her out finally and took off running down the road to try to get somebody to help him.
Pamela tells us it was difficult to be at the scene today.
I'm distraught. It was horrible. There's high heels and blood, and it's just not something anybody should have to deal with.
We have learned that the victim, Chelsea Harnack, was a student and a server at Logan's Roadhouse. I spoke with the manager on the phone who says that Chelsea was a hard worker who will be dearly missed. Covering the news in Madison County from the LEX 18 Mobile Newsroom, back to you. Heather Woody was awake when she heard a loud boom and saw flames shooting from her neighbor, Ollie Buzzy Brickle's trailer.
I just grabbed my phone and dialed 911 and ran and got my fiance out of bed and told him to go get Buzzy. His house was on fire.
By the time officials arrived on the scene, it was too late. Family members confirm Ollie's brother, Gary Hanky Brickles, had died in the fire. Neighbors say they didn't know he was in there.
I just felt bad that I didn't know he was in there, and my fiance didn't know he was in there, so we didn't even know to look for him because he's usually not here. He was just a little camper, and Buzzy lived there alone. Hanky was usually not here.
Ollie was taken to UK hospital. The tight-knit community of Rock Fork is still in shock.
I'm not really surprised that the home caught on fire. I'm just in shock that his brother was in it and passed away.
An investigation is now underway to determine what caused the deadly fire. Covering the news in Round County, Shanisty Ireland, LEX 18 News.